dollars to the waiter to not give Colaroo a glass of water. Bam! It didn't help, but it was a great try.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Miller's Owl House. It's Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. That means it's time for the Owl Show. Can I get a big hooty-hoo? Hooty-hoo! All right, my name is Chuck Burge, along with my co-host, Mr. Robert Kinney. Robert, how are you?
I'm great. If I was any better, I'd be Carrick Martin, and that's an impossibility. If you multiply me by 50,
there's
I'd
only
still
one person
fall
that would
short.
be disappointed in that. That would be Grace
Martin.
That'd be Grace Martin.
Well, you know.
Because she spent a lot of time training me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And she's done a pretty good job. I want to give her a lot of credit for that.
I need to report, when we did our hooty-hoo, Jan and Stan over there did not do it.
Jan and Stan
did not do the hooty-hoo.
Jan, you and Stan are not participating in the show?
What about the hooty-hoo?
We didn't get a hooty-hoo when we asked for one.
Looks like we're just angering them.
Yeah. Hey, those of you who don't know the voice of Maynard G. Crab, that's our good friend Carrick Martin. That's our good friend Carrick Martin.
Yes.
That's our good friend Carrick Martin. Thank you, Carrick. So always happy to have Carrick with us.
I am the immediate past president of the Alumni Association. I'm thrilled to introduce the new alumni president here in a minute.
You have a bigger than usual smile on your face.
Yes.
Is that one of those things? I know I've been Optimist president before, and come October 1st, it's like, wow, I don't have a job anymore. Woohoo!
Yes. I missed the 8:30 phone call with Francis today because we did that every Wednesday.
Oh, did you?
Did y'all do that today? We did not. Oh, see, he's missed the
Wayne's
first
in
week.
charge.
Wayne's already changed that old system. He's not doing 8:30 phone calls.
We had a 3:30 power hour.
Okay.
Well, we'll learn about that here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Before he gets away, hey, Matthew, in the back of the room there, we'll wish Matthew well. Matthew is working with WellStar, and he's moving up to Wisconsin. So we wish you safe travels and much success in Wisconsin, Matthew.
Maybe he can hang out with our old intern.
Yeah, Adam. Maybe he's going to Green Bay.
No, he's going to Madison. Yeah, we talked. He's been with WellStar forever, and leaving to go to Wisconsin.
He's got his snowshoes.
I only think of one thing when I think of Wisconsin. It's the movie Stripes. I hate Wisconsin.
Yeah, when it's not supposed to be Wisconsin.
Yeah. Well, Harold Ramis.
Yeah. All right. So Carrick has been the president of the Alumni Association for 2 years.
2 years. We served 2-year terms.
2-year term. I heard they were doubling Wayne's and letting him go do it 4 years.
He might be 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're doubling his salary, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be all right, too.
Yeah, it is
0.00.
Yeah, he might get an extra shirt.
Add a couple extra zeros. Yeah. So Carrick's on to tell us a few things that are going on from a fundraiser perspective of KSU.
Yes, we are working very hard. Dave Wallens is leading an effort to raise NIL/revenue sharing for our student athletes, and we have a couple of events coming up. We have a 10K or 5K on October the 10th. It's called the Kraska, after Larry Kraska, one of our donors. The Kraska Velocity 5K, and that'll be $35, and they're looking for sponsors. And again, that is on October the 10th. It's
Is that on campus?
no, it's not on campus, but it's close by, and it's participation in fundraising. There are individual runners and walkers, and there's teams. And of course, we need sponsors and we need participants. They're looking for 1,000 participants.
It's a lot of people.
So y'all sign up and look for that.
I'm sure Will be walking in that, right?
Yes, on October the 10th.
He might be running by then.
He might be. We also have a program through a group called Phobio where you can return your electronic equipment. I've given 2 phones to the Alumni Association to return. We've got to get that done, so we'll call Phobio, get mailing stickers, and send it in to them.
Bring us some of those.
And that money will go to the NIL revenue sharing program.
I think I told you I've got a $2,000 projector. That's what it was in 2000. I don't know what it's worth now, but it's never been out of the case, never been used.
We'll see what that
Sharp.
is.
Yeah, but it's Should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be some money out
Like
of
you
it.
said, so many people have cell phones laying around. If everybody got the 3 cell phones that are in your drawers and donated them, it ends up being a decent amount of money.
Yes,
I
it
got
will
one
be.
in my car. I'll give you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's nothing out of your pocket.
Correct.
So,
You weren't
which
going to
is
do
good.
anything with it, Eddie.
We're also working on a couple other things. There's a Roundup program. I remember one time I'm on the board of the Cobb Schools Foundation, and we got at Publix, they will ask you if you want to round up to support this nonprofit. And we had it for 1 month through Publix. They were very kind to us, raised $84,000.
Wow.
Was that just one Publix or the Publix?
That was all the Publix in Cobb County.
I don't remember that because I go to Publix all the time.
That was a couple of years ago. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're working on a program like that will be with other retailers. So, but that's something coming up. So we're working very hard on getting things done. I'm working on a secret dinner.
Nice.
So
It's not completely secret.
What do you serve with secret?
it's a secret.
Armpit sweat? I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Martin, before you do your introductions.
Yeah.
What did you learn over the last couple of years? I mean, you're very into KSU, and you've been involved for years and years. But is there anything that kind of jumps off the table that you learned in the last couple of years? That
I am even more impressed with the university trying to move forward as the goal is prominence of trying to make the university more known, so our diplomas are worth more for the students.
Sure.
And I'm impressed that they're trying to get Research 1 status, which will be the top 0.5% of universities in the country. They expect that may happen next year.
What is that? That's Dartmouth, Stanford, Duke,
yes.
and KSU?
Yes, and that's
I
on
like
the
And Georgia Tech.
I like it.
in the Georgia
Tech.
Tech. You know they lost their president. Anyway, they're rudderless. But anyway, yes, I'm very impressed with the students, faculty, and staff. And, overall, there are things that frustrate you when you're really involved, but there's a lot more good things going on. And I would encourage everybody, if you want to be happy, come to the Forever Owl Fest, which is after every graduation. We have a spring graduation and a winter graduation. I think winter's like December 10th this year. But come to that and just watch everybody be happy. So I would encourage that.
Don't worry and be happy.
Don't worry and be happy. I do want to tell you about one other thing before we introduce Wayne. There's KSU Night coming up, and that's what I would call the Coaches Caravan. There's one coming up on Thursday night, July 23rd at Reformation Brewery in Canton. And then there's one that competes with this show. I can't believe they did that in Marietta at Schoolhouse Brewing. Both of those are from 6 to 8. And I know Coach Mack will be at both of those. I know Coach Schunsel will be at both of those. And there'll be some other coaches there as well. So
And that'll be July 23rd up in Canton and
Yes.
July 29th in Marietta.
yes, in Marietta.
So a Thursday and a Wednesday.
Yeah, Reformation Brewery on July 23rd in Canton, and Schoolhouse Brewing in Marietta. I guess it's on Franklin Gateway, so I'm assuming that might be the old Red Hair.
That probably is where
Might
the
be.
show
I don't know.
started.
So anyway, yes, where this show started.
Wow.
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 Now, 4 years ago. More than 4
And
years.
it, and it all came full circle.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. We're coming up on our 4-year anniversary here at Miller's, coming up August 17th.
Yes.
And just because we're talking about it, that inaugural show, I did see in the news that our very first guest of the Owl Show, Laura Manis from the lacrosse team, hired a Jenna Agostino as her new assistant coach.
Yay.
So
Good.
we're pumped about the Lady Owls lacrosse team kicking some more booty this year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kerry, we know how much you're involved. Do you see a lot changing? Because you're still going to stay involved.
Yeah, I'm the immediate past president for the next 2 years, and still I'm on other boards.
Do you
too.
have responsibilities as immediate past president?
Whisper things in his ear.
I will probably be in Wayne's stead in some places, some meetings that he can't go to and stuff like that. I'll
Who
be
is-
at his beck and call.
Who was your previous president that helped you?
It was Tangelon Solomon Lewis.
Okay.
So she's a wonderful lady. So anyway, let me just introduce Wayne.
Well, wait, let's get a couple of commercials in before
All right,
we do
good.
that, so we won't have to do
Yeah.
that. There are a lot of places to get your oil changed in the Kennesaw area, but if you're looking for a personal experience, then stop in at Castrol Kennesaw Express Lube or Lost Mountain Express Lube. We'll always do our very best to get you in and out quickly, safely, and without a whole lot of fuss. We're a true owner-operated business where you'll find Brian under a car or hood at one of the shops. We offer experienced, knowledgeable technicians and the latest computer software to help you maintain your new car warranty and keep your pride and joy running for the next 100,000 miles. We proudly offer
Castrol Products. Joshua Smith and his wife Tammy are both graduates of Kennesaw State College. He's been practicing law for 24 years, specializing in sports and entertainment law while continuing in criminal defense, civil litigation, juvenile, and personal injury. And he's ready to represent you all the way from your small town to the Supreme Court and any appellate court in between. With all the new rules regarding NIL and cash payments to athletes, they're placing a new emphasis on Kennesaw State University student athletics to help our student athletes better navigate some of the bigger issues that have tripped up so many. Give them a call tomorrow, Carrick, at 706-217-2095. That's right, Larry. 706-217-2095.
And we thank you, Joshua Smith and Brian Bristow, for being sponsors of the Owls Show for many, many years now. And like I said, coming up on our 4-year anniversary of doing the Owls Show in about 5 weeks right here at Miller. So very excited about that.
193 today.
193 today. 193, yeah. Hooty hoo. All right, so as Carrick mentioned, he is stepping down as president. He is now immediate past president of the Alumni Association. He's now going to introduce our new president.
Well, it's my great honor to introduce the new president of the Kennesaw State Alumni Association, Wayne McGarry. Wayne is the vice president with Croy Engineering. He graduated in civil engineering from Southern Poly, but guess what? He is getting his master's in public administration right now, man. So he is in school. He is
At
working
KSU?
at KSU. Works for Croy Engineering. He's got a full-time job, and he's doing the school. He's got a wonderful daughter named Kaylee over there who did do Hootie Hoo.
She did a
when
much
we
better
did it.
Hootie Hoo than that table.
Unlike Jan and Stan.
She
over
did it
there.
much better than Jan and Stan.
Yeah, Jan and Stan. Anyway,
They still don't know.
yeah,
That's because Jan and Stan don't have good ears anymore.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Anyway, so let me introduce Wayne. He's a great guy, and he's going to be a great leader. So.
All right, how about a big
All
hooty
right.
hoo for Wayne McGarry? Did you hooty hoo again, Haley? For your dad? Okay.
She's like, I do not have to hootie hoo for him.
She's on top
I tell
of
him all
this.
sorts of other things. I don't have to do
She's
it.
on top of this, like unlike some other people.
How are you, sir?
Oh, we're doing great. How are y'all doing
We're
tonight?
good. We're good.
Welcome,
Thanks for
Wayne.
coming.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Oh, absolutely. So, how were you chosen for this?
I think I was kind of voluntold.
Was it by Carrick? Did Carrick put your name into the hat?
Carrick's the one that pulled me along behind him, so I'm very blessed to follow Carrick. Carrick has done a great job over the last 2 years, and it's got big shoes that I'm going to have to fill. And
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
so
that big.
so glad he's sticking around and going to be a resource for me and as we go through the next 2 years.
Absolutely. Go
And,
ahead. Earl.
and that's always the biggest thing is knowing that your predecessor is a resource of yours. You know, when you have to relearn or rewrite the whole alphabet, it makes it rather difficult.
Absolutely does. And Carrick has done a great job over the last 6 months pulling me along behind him, involving me in things that were going on. So
Learning the ropes.
The transition hopefully will be a lot smoother because of the effort he did, including me, as I make that transition.
Absolutely.
So you and I met probably a couple of years ago down at Carrick's Bank at some after-hours event or one of these gatherings like we're having over the next couple of weeks down in Vinings, I think. But tell us where you're from. You're from here, right?
No, sir. I grew up in South Mississippi.
Oh, did you really?
Ocean Springs, Biloxi area, right on the coast.
Okay.
I've left a lot of money down there at
Yes.
Beau Rivage.
Everybody's left a lot of money down there.
So I left in '87 before the casinos come in. So.
Yeah.
So were you, just out of curiosity, who were you rooting for growing up? Were you a Southern Miss guy or were you an Ole Miss guy? Or
Mississippi State, Hell State.
okay, Bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
Cowbells.
Galore.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Were you a big college fan?
Absolutely was.
Were you?
I graduated high school in '84, '85, so it kind of tells you my age. '84, '85 was Rafael Pomero, Will Clark, Bobby Thigpen, and all them. Huge
With
college
Mississippi, yeah, and I forgot all about how many there was. I knew Will Clark because that was such a biggie, but Bobby Thigpen, geez, oh man, that guy was unbelievable.
Yeah, there was 4 of them. I can't remember the 4th one that was on that team, but there was 4.
Really good one.
Really, all
Probably think we was White Sox.
White Sox closer.
That's White
Yeah.
Sox.
Yeah, and just heat on top of heat.
That's cool. That's cool. So, did you move here before you attended Southern Poly, or?
I moved here. I went in the Army in '87.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
My honor, my privilege. I spent 4.5 years active duty. My mom and little sister moved to Atlanta while I was in the military. And
Did they tell you where they moved, or what? Did you have to find them?
No, they did tell me.
Okay.
They did tell me. So I came to visit, and they talked me into staying, and I went to school at the time DeKalb Community for a couple of years, and then transferred over to Southern Tech to finish my degree there in '99. So I was on that 9-year plan to get a 4-year degree.
Well, not when you
Sounds like a good plan to me.
when you're doing 4.5 years in the service, we don't care about how long. The 9,
Yeah.
it all works out. The math is perfect. We
I
appreciate
did it. I did it.
There you go.
That's
You
all
did
that
both
counted.
things.
I did it.
And thankful for both of them.
Absolutely.
So, when did you get involved with KSU? Because at that point, Southern Poly was Southern Poly. It wasn't the Marietta campus of KSU.
Correct. I got involved. Excuse me. A friend of mine, Stephen Ellis, was the incoming president.
I know Steve.
In 2017. 2017 is when they merged the SPSU alumni board and the KSU alumni board, and they were trying to make sure they still had a lot of SPSU alumni representative on the board. And Steve reached out to me and asked if I would be interested. I told him sure would, and my thought process was, hey, we can walk away totally, or we can be involved and make sure SPSU's alumni not forgotten, their traditions are not forgotten, and we kept alive.
Like the bathtub race or something.
Absolutely, sir.
Love the bathtub.
So they quit those in '91, or '92. I think I hit the last one.
Oh, did you really?
Right after I got here, a friend of mine pulled me out of Marietta to go to the bathtub race. Never seen or heard of them before. Marvelous.
I had never heard of him until
Fun
Will
event.
told me the story.
Wonderful event.
My brother used to be on the board at Southern Poly. Dan Burge. You don't know Dan, do you?
I know. Yeah, I've met him once or twice.
That's my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, much older brother, but yeah. But he was on the board there. Played basketball there. Played baseball there. So
Cool.
I've been a Southern Tech Hornet fan for a long time. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned when the two boards got together, 2017, I believe
Yes,
you
sir.
said. When did the two schools merge together?
January 15th.
January 15th.
Wow,
So-
it's been that long.
But I was thinking about it when you said it. Will's gone to all the games. Had they not merged in 2015, Will probably wouldn't have gone to all the games. So that's probably part of it.
They merged in 15, and they said football started in 15, so 15 was a big year for KSU.
Absolutely.
Still
They,
is.
they got a real school out of the deal.
It's amazing to
Still
me.
a shot across the bow. Those
Yeah.
Marietta guys, they just can't get
They
enough.
can't get enough. But it's amazing to me as a native how much this school has grown. Because I went to KJC with Carrick.
KSU has had a lot of great leadership over the years and vision for the growth that's happened. The vision to bring in the football, the vision, and the current administration has got vision to, as Gary was talking earlier, to bring the university to an R1 status. And that's amazing. There's just not that many R1 universities out there. And we're on the edge. It won't be long. As Gary
Explain to
said,
us again what R1 means.
R1 has to do with there's different rankings, and it has to do with the amount of research that a university does. The higher the research, you go from R3, R2 to R1.
Cancer research, any type of research.
Any kind of research. There's a lot of engineering research going
Correct.
on Marietta campus, a lot of electrical research going on. There's research up here at the main campus. There's just so much research, and they're on the verge, and it has to do with the amount of research dollars you do and the amount of research you do. And at a certain threshold, you've got to maintain that threshold. You got to maintain that threshold for, I think it's 2 or 3 years, and then you reach that designation. Like I said, as Carrick said earlier, we're probably a year out.
Yeah.
But it's a great distinction, and that all has to do with the leadership that the former and current leadership of KSU has.
Starting with Betty Siegel many years ago. right?
Absolutely
Yeah.
did. She was an
yeah.
amazing lady.
Yeah, she was.
Well, and as Carrick said, making your diplomas worth more.
Absolutely.
If we get R1 status, all of a sudden you're now getting students to come here who probably wouldn't have come here because they're looking for that top echelon.
Absolutely. A lot more name recognition. And KSU's name recognition is growing throughout the United States. Sure. The move to Conference USA helps that a whole lot. Getting the national television time so people know, hey, who's KSU? What are they? Let's go research them. Let's look
What's
at
that
them.
song?
Especially on those Tuesdays and Wednesday night games when we were the only game in town.
Only game in town, absolutely.
Yeah. And we talk about this all the time, but Will and I saw that when we went to Greensboro for the basketball game when we were in the final or in the tournament, in March Madness, and nobody knew where Kennesaw State was. Nobody.
It's getting to be on the map now,
Yeah, absolutely.
both from a sports standpoint and from an academic standpoint.
If you go back 10 years, people from Lilburn didn't know where Kennesaw was. So, the leaps and bounds that we're going by is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Now, not to get you in trouble here, but you have a full-time job. When you talk to your boss and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm going to be in charge of alumni for the largest school in the state. How did that go over?
Very well.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
very well.
That's awesome because that's what's going to make you good.
I work for a
at the
very,
job.
very good company, Croy Engineering. They are very community oriented. They give back. They're very involved in the community in a lot of different ways, either through the chamber or different nonprofits that all of us as employees want to support. They're very good about giving us the time to do that, the resources to do that. And couldn't be more supportive of the efforts that we do.
That's so awesome.
Is Croy still at the corner of Tower and Kennesaw Avenue? Isn't that where you used to be? Or?
No, we're right behind Whitewater.
Behind Whitewater.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
CDH, the architect, right there at the corner.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's right.
Which is another great company in Cobb.
Yeah. So I think we've seen each other a few times at Cobb Chamber events because I go to a lot of those.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir. He's so polite.
Well, you're supposed to be nice to your elders.
I was born in the South,
And you're a military guy, yeah.
My mom would come down and slap me if I wasn't.
That I understand. You found out about this, 6-7 months ago that you were going to be doing this, or?
It was kind of, about a year ago, year and a half. They said kind of it's not an immediate thing. It's not a given thing that if you're vice president, you become president. But about 18 months, 12 months ago, they come to me and said, we want to kind of nominate you to succeed Carrick in the president role. And I said, okay. I don't know how that goes, but okay. And here I am today. I assumed the role on the 1st of July and looking forward to the next 2 years. It's hopefully it's a good year. I met with Francis Busey, who was our associate vice president of alumni and constituent engagement.
Know her well.
At KSU. And
Friend of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. She's told me she's been on here a few times.
She is?
Yeah.
And we sat down for about an hour and kind of went through some things and game planned and just kind of figured out how we're going to communicate and just work together over the next couple of years. And really, really good meeting today. And
what are you most excited about doing or learning that that you weren't doing or experiencing over the last few years?
Frances has been here 4 years, and when she came on board, one of the big things that she did, which was really cool, was she took an hour with every board member and kind of walked through. One of the big things that I remember us talking about was, and one of the big initiatives I've really wanted to do since I've been on the board, is get more involved with the individual schools. We're an alumnus society for the university. All the schools kind of follow under us, and we talked about it then. And with the strategic plan that President Schweig put out a couple of years ago, that was one of the points of there was the alumni constituent engagement. And they've recently hired a coordinator to work with the individual schools. So I'm kind of excited about that and allow us to work more with them and support their alumni and be involved in their events. And from an alumni board perspective, that we can help them and work with them and support them by attending their events and everything else that they need as far as the individual schools.
So it's a lot more than just athletics at KSU.
Absolutely.
It's
Just a
very
little more.
important. So have you met with Dr. Royan?
I have not yet.
Okay.
That was the other thing we talked about today was kind of my introduction tour to to meet a lot of the deans and the different individuals throughout the university.
So we've had him and James Roberson. Is that the other one? We have had Roberson. Have you met James?
I have not.
Okay.
I've met a lot of the deans, but there's a whole lot I've not met either.
Well, and I was going to say, you used the catchphrase, the different schools, and you're talking about like the School of Business and the School. So how many are there?
There's 11.
11?
Carrie's playing solitaire on his phone. He's not
11
paying
schools?
I believe there's 11. There's 11 schools, right? Yeah, 11 schools.
So you've got 11 deans, and if those deans and you get together, it's a lot easier for you to figure who's graduating, who's getting ready to join the staff.
That's one side of it. The other one is, how can we support them? How can we work with them? How can we help them accomplish what their needs and goals are with their alumni?
The better they do, the more the diploma's worth.
Exactly.
Do we get a kickback as being Kennesaw Junior College graduates?
That is negative, sir.
I'm trying, Carrick. I'm trying to get some extra cash. But
They said if you'd have done better in Carrick's dad's class, maybe, but.
I paid $50. So I did
and
fine.
$50 was a lot of money back then. Let's just have that be clear.
Absolutely was.
That's fun. That's fun. Well, let's get one more commercial. Let's get a Brain Train commercial, and we'll continue our conversation with Wayne.
Hey, it's Melissa at Brain Train Centers, the fastest growing neurofeedback provider in the world, and I have some pretty important questions for you. Do you or someone you know struggle with focus and attention, sleep, memory, or other mood issues? Or maybe you just want to achieve more in high-pressure situations. Well, what if I told you you can unlock your brain's full potential and change your life entirely through neurofeedback? A drug-free and natural approach to negative moods, and it's backed by more than 50 years of research, so it's not new. It is safe for both children and adults as you retrain the brain to create new pathways. Medication may help short-term, but they don't address the underlying issues. Just as push-ups help your physical strength, neurofeedback is personal training for your brain. With over 20 offices nationwide, don't hesitate to reach out to Brain Train Centers, as we will provide you with the highest level of compassionate care and help you achieve the mental clarity, performance, and calm you deserve.
Hang out with Braves.
Your journey to a better quality of life starts with a brain map. Now you can retrain your brain and reset your life. So just call or text 470-291-2778 or visit BrainTrainCentersInc.com.
And we're back. Thank you, Melissa Hurgert, for Brain Train being the sponsor of the Owl Show, here with the new president of the Alumni Association, Mr. Wayne McGarry. Wayne, who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
The most famous person on my cell phone.
And don't say Carrick Martin,
if you say
because you've already got that. You've already got that licked.
I'm flipping this table over, and Sean's going to take me out.
I guess it would be Caleb McGarry, who is my cousin.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, Caleb was just retired from the NFL.
I didn't
He was
make the
tackle
last
for-
name connection. Right tackle for the Falcons.
He was a right tackle for the Falcons.
So
How about that?
What made him give up the ghost?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've asked him, and he hasn't really come out.
How old is he?
29.
29.
He was in the NFL for 6 years.
I remember when we got him. We got him at the same year. We got two offensive linemen.
We
in
had
the first
Chris
round.
Lindstrom
Correct.
and McGarry in the same one.
It was the last group's last draft.
Yep. That's probably the most famous one.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Next to that is probably President Swags.
Oh, there
Cat,
we go.
that's a good one.
We knew there was some kind of schmoozing
You
going
can
on.
still cat that we don't bite. That we'd still love to have her on the show. sometime.
Absolutely.
I went through the Chamber's honorary commander program with her when she was
Did you really?
Dean of Coles.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Amazing lady.
Do you have a favorite sport that you go to now? Because I've seen you at all ball games. But
I probably my favorite sport is college baseball.
yeah,
I
I
really
figured
like
that mentioned the
college
players as you did when we were first getting on.
baseball. You know, I love college football. Don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick any sport, it'd be college baseball.
What about it? Just
I
the ding of the bat?
The ding of the bat. I like college sports. I mean, I love professional sports too. Don't get me wrong, but I prefer college sports, and just the baseball's always been fun to me.
Sure.
A lot of people think it's boring. There's a lot of strategy, and as you understand the game, it really gets a lot of fun.
Did you grow up playing?
I did. I was not very good. I didn't learn until I got in the Army that I needed glasses. So I could
Never hit a change up in his life.
I could never pick the ball up coming out of the pitcher's hand. It just, so yeah.
Well, at least you were sitting in the front of the school, the classroom, and got good grades.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's when
we'll leave it at that.
That's when I switched to softball when I couldn't see it off the ball.
So you go to as many games as you can, track and field, volleyball, whatever's floating.
I've not done any of the track. I've done a couple of the lacrosse games, which was a new sport to me. I've never, which is
new to me too.
Still learning it.
Me too.
Don't know all the rules, but it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Do a lot of some of the basketball games, most of the baseball, a lot of the football.
What goals do you have in mind for your tenure?
The biggest one, as I was mentioning earlier, is trying to work with a lot of the colleges and try to build that relationship and allow us to help them and engage more of the alumni in a better way to support the entire university and to support the individual colleges. As I said, that was kind of a goal of mine when I came on the board and to be involved in the alumni and the schools and to get a better unified message for the university throughout all of the 11 schools that are on campus.
Now, is Will under you? Because
Will's under everybody.
I know that, but that's a different story altogether. Because he's SPSU, right?
He is SPSU.
Yeah. But he doesn't report to you, or is that a totally separate thing he
Can
does?
you give him some homework?
There are
Carrick's shaking his head yes, and I don't know the what.
There are 4 what we call alumni societies. There's a Black Alumni Society, a Marching Owl Alumni Society, a Young Professionals, and a SPSU Alumni Society.
Okay.
All of those fall under the umbrella of the overarching Alumni Association.
Okay.
So
He's
he
under
does
your
work for
umbrella.
you.
I would say he works for me, but
It's okay. That's what we're saying. You don't have to say what we're going to say.
Does he know?
It looked like he did.
I don't think he cares.
I think they're playing bingo or something like that. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. So I would assume that about 70% of your job is from an academic perspective and 30% athletic, or is there really any part athletic that goes under the Alumni Association?
There's really none of the athletics that go on under the Alumni Association. They have their own boards and stuff like that.
So, going back to the 4 different schools that have the alumni, do any schools have a sports alumni?
No, the athletic department has their own sports alumni, but the individual schools, from my understanding, do not.
Okay, it's just something I was curious since all the other ones do. I just wanted.
Yeah, I do too, because I mean that just makes me feel more important because I wasn't sports, but at least I'm under Wayne's umbrella too, right? As an alumni.
You are under his umbrella.
Beautiful. So what kind of growth do they anticipate? Because I know now Robert says up about we're the biggest school, but I think we're the second biggest school in the state.
Behind Georgia State, but
Behind Georgia
Actually, we're
State.
ahead of Georgia State. We're the second, if you count total enrollment, we're the second behind Georgia Tech. We are the largest if you count on-campus folks.
So Georgia Tech is bigger because they're online?
They're online.
Because I know Georgia State used to be bigger because they had like the
So many
Albany
campuses.
the Albany campus and the
Because they assumed and assimilated all of the CAB community /
Right.
Georgia perimeter. They were bigger at one time, but we've surpassed Georgia State.
so we're at about 52,000.
We're
right?
at 52 plus.
52 plus.
Yes, sir.
And I know, and I'm not here to mess with you, but just to bring something up that I have heard people talk about the cliff. Where the program, we had 3,000 students every year. We have for years and years. So at some point in time, we're going to have to keep building classrooms, apartments, or something might actually have to get stagnant. Is that something that the alumni board tries to get involved with to help out in any way?
Not really. At least not in my tenure.
Okay.
That's all handled by the foundation. Has done some amazing things buying some of the properties for housing and to provide housing for the campus and stuff. The college itself and the Board of Regents has done some good things, and they're expanding and growing as quick as they can. At some point, I imagine, and this is my opinion, enrollment's going to have to be capped.
And that's, I guess, where I
At
was.
some point, enrollment's going to have to be capped.
At some point in time,
We can't have 80,000 people.
They are going to outgrow the facilities. When
The
that
city.
happens, I'm not sure.
now that being said, I have heard rumors in the past of us maybe taking over Town Center Mall. Is that not a true thing?
I've been pushing for it. It'd be a great 60,000 seat football stadium.
I just think, the old Macy's men's department is the new chemistry lab. There's so much to be done.
I know Town Center's CID has got some plans for the mall that don't include KSU. Last I saw, they've got some mixed use plans for that area. So we'll see what happens.
Well, in neither here nor there, but KSU's not going anywhere. So if whatever they're going to try to do to revitalize the mall does not work, you're going to be back at the table being the one person who's probably capable of buying it and putting it to good use.
Because there's not a lot of land available around campus. There is? Carrick shaking his head, yes.
Well, there's a few things still across the street here off of Busby.
Yeah, there's
Get on the
still
mic
some
there,
available-
Carrick, if you need to.
There's still some available land.
Because we just took over some business on the other side of Chastain.
The foundation bought I don't know the name of the building, but it's off Chastain, but it's just north of the Perch. That will become the new alumni facility.
Yeah, the university bought Heidelberg.
Heidelberg, that's the one I was
and
thinking
some
of.
vacant land there, but I
But
want to
that's
point
on the
out-
other side over there, right?
But I want to point
Heidelberg's-
out that Cobb County government just approved a rezoning for 100 Chastain and 300 Chastain, which are just down here. It's going to go vertical, and it's going to be private student housing. So I think you got to look at some of this stuff is going to be a lot more density and infill. Wayne can explain that to you because
That's interesting. I knew that was in the works, Carrick, so I didn't realize it had been passed yet.
well, the zoning board passed it, so waiting on the commissioners.
Commissioners.
And Heidelberg is right behind Mellow Mushroom, in case any of you are keeping track on where all that happened. It used to be a client of mine, German newspaper company.
Yeah, I got a friend that works there, or worked there. He didn't buy the company; he just bought the building, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, very cool. So it sounds like a lot of good things. Next 60 days, what do they look like for you, Wayne?
Francis and I was kind of discussing that today. She's going to start setting up some of the tours, to get to know me tours, to introduce me to the deans and the president and some of that. And that's the next 60 days. We got great events. Carrick mentioned two of them, the KSU night in Canton, the KSU night in Marietta. KSU night at the Braves is coming up, so it'll be making tours.
Tell us about that.
KSU night at the Braves is on Tuesday, August the 11th. There's several different ways you can get tickets in different areas of the stadium, but it is a great night for the alumni to come together at a Braves game and socialize and fellowship and network and get to know each other and support the university.
That's awesome.
We love
I
supporting
like going to Braves
university.
games.
Yeah.
With the little KSU, you get the little KSU logo on the side of the Braves hat.
They actually quit doing that last year.
Did
Or the year
they?
before, yes, sir. No more branded merchandise.
Huh. Is that by KSU or by the Atlanta?
That's by the Braves.
That's by the
By
Braves.
the
Yes, sir.
Braves.
Well, they used to do that every whatever, so there was probably a lot of branding going on. With
It was great. I've got a few of those hats.
that. Got one, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of branded KSU stuff, we got a couple of gifts for you here. I'm not chasing you away, but
How about
before
we
you
just
go,
handle this stuff?
Yeah, that might work. So we got your little koozie.
Well, thank you.
Now that koozie does have our face on it, so just
You
take
can
it-
black that out.
I'll
if
take
you
it
want to.
everywhere.
Well, just be careful what you're drinking, because we don't want you to
And we
all
got
go
your
down.
little mug too.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on and rooting for you for the next couple of years.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on and the support and support y'all give the university.
Well, as we haven't mentioned it a long time, but we have 5 or 6 sponsors, and we don't keep any money. Every penny we make goes to KSU. So that's my way of supporting as an alumnus, and I sure do love being a part of everybody that we have on the show. I've learned something from them, and to me, even from somebody like Carrick to the kids that are just freshmen, you learn so much about where they've come and where they're going and what their goals and aspirations are. And that's kind of what keeps me young. That's what keeps me doing this, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, know that for the next 2 years, use us if we can help you in any way, shape, or form. Come back on, give us an update, or tell us what to tell the world.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Or if you have anybody that needs to be on and get a little media training, we'd love to get them on. I know James has been on and Eric Royan has been on. He's going to come back on and talk more about his book.
Francis's son, we could bring him on.
Quentin? Yeah.
He did the mic drop at the one game where it's like, hey, I got something to say. Bam.
Bam. Dropped our mic in the dirt. Yeah. Quentin
It was styling. I got to give him credit.
He was styling, yeah. That's cool, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to get you to look in that camera and tell the listening and watching world why they should come to KSU.
Why you should come to KSU. KSU is a great university.
You got 20 minutes, by the way.
They've got 11 great schools, no matter what discipline of education you want to try or pursue. They have got great programs in all aspects, technical, liberal arts, social. It is a great school with a great environment. You're in a great community, that supports the university and supports the students, and you couldn't be in a better place and get a better education.
That's awesome.
It sounded like you summed it up.
And when will you finish your master's?
I am slated to graduate next May.
May of 27.
May of 27. I will be the first sitting president that gets a KSU degree.
That
Wow.
is really
How about
cool.
that?
That is really cool.
Now, did you time that out accordingly?
I did not, but it's just the way it worked out.
And do you have
That's
your
awesome.
replacement yet?
We do not.
Okay.
That has not been decided yet, and that will be discussed and explored over the next year.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But they will know a year ahead of time, kind of like you did.
They will know a year ahead of time. That's I think the only fair way to do it, and to let them know so they can start preparing themselves and learning and watching and seeing what's going on.
Absolutely.
All right. So how about one more big hootie hoo for hootie hoo. There you go for Wayne. Wayne, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you,
All
Wayne.
Thank y'all.
All right. Let's go to our last commercial then, and we'll bring Will on for a little summary of things.
A little summary thing?
A Will summary. Unless Kaylee's got to come
A
on.
Will summary. Tired of going to the same old places for the same old thing? American Access has your solution. Whether you're looking for something new to do before or after the game, the most memorable work outing ever, or just wanting to take something else off your bucket list, American Access has their 3.5 Atlanta locations waiting for you in Marietta, downtown at the Works, the new 30,000 square foot location inside Skull Brewing in downtown, or the uber cool new mobile access experience that can be set up wherever you need. Keep an eye out for them at upcoming events and festivals. Look them up online, or give them a call tomorrow at 678-763-3635. That's right, Chuck. 678-763-3635 to schedule your next adventure.
Will do that.
Will.
Will. I'll be going back down there next Wednesday.
I think you should get an apartment down there.
I
every
love
time.
that place.
You're down there every week.
I wish I was.
What is this down at the new
The Skull Brewing, yeah.
Skull Brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when your buddies go to the brewery all the time, you get a little worried about them. But Chuck's just there to throw axes and wave
Play
at the
bocce
people.
ball. Yeah.
Play some bocce ball.
Yeah, that's fun. So bringing in Will Renfro, everybody, a big hootie hoo for Will. At least your wife gave you a hootie. Yeah.
I got a quick question for you before you go anywhere, Will.
All right.
The schools merged in 2015.
Yes.
If the schools would have merged in 2016, did you have season tickets that first year?
I did.
No, I know you did because they were. But if they hadn't, would you have already been all in on the new program?
So, they announced it in like 2013 or whatever it was. So, yeah, I had already committed to buy season tickets.
But only because of that connection.
So, not necessarily. I was excited that Kennesaw was getting football because I used to have season tickets to UGA. And
waste of money.
Well, I've had season tickets to Georgia Tech too, but there's a story.
Money.
There's a reason I had both. But my wife did not enjoy going to Georgia games because to go to a Georgia game, It is an all-day. It doesn't matter what time the game is.
Hey, KSU's an all-day thing for you.
Well, it is for me, but you notice she doesn't show up. So she can. I can go over there at 6 a.m, set up, do breakfast. She can show up an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, enjoy the tailgate,
Eat a
go to the
donut
game,
afterwards.
eat a donut, and go home. Whereas for me, it's an all-day event, but she can still show up and enjoy it. And so we had that conversation about I want her to be involved in this with me, but I didn't necessarily want her to have to commit to all day every Saturday. And so.
And you and your three amigos being in this parking lot down here is a lot different than you being on 316 for 9 hours on a Saturday. So that is very different.
And the cost is dramatically different. So
I can imagine.
So by not purchasing season tickets to Georgia is one of the reasons I can afford to go to all the away games for Kennesaw.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
It's scary how much it makes sense, but it does make sense.
The seat license, I don't know if they call it. I don't remember what they call it. The donation for the
donation to be allowed to buy tickets.
To be allowed to buy the tickets at Georgia. I was in the nosebleeds as far up in the corner as you could get, and it was $1,000 a seat.
For the donation.
For the donation.
For the privilege of buying the tickets.
Yeah, and so that was 20 years ago. I don't have any clue what it is now.
More.
Yeah.
I would assume it is more. Yeah. So, Wayne is now the new president of the alumni, but you're still on the SPSU board.
I'm on the SPSU Leadership Affinity Council. There's a whole bunch of words, and I don't know what order to put them in.
It's all right. You can ask Wayne because he's your boss. We figured that out earlier.
Francis would not be happy with me not knowing the real official name.
Well, and Francis is going to talk to your boss about that.
She will. She'll call Wayne and go, Wayne, straighten Will out.
That's funny. So what are your responsibilities? I don't know if we've talked about it before, but since we got Wayne's responsibilities tonight, let's get yours.
Besides what Charlie told you to do.
Yeah, you got to do what Charlie says. From the SPSU Affinity Group, our goal is to engage SPSU and other Marietta campus graduates. So we kind of engage both those groups. So there's still people that are STEM graduates, technology, engineering, electrical, mechanical, civil, architecture, computer, all that stuff from the Marietta campus. We try to engage those people as well as an alumni group and get them involved. And we host certain events throughout the year to do that. We have a kind of like our own Southern Poly homecoming event that we host every year.
At the Rock.
At the Rock, yes. So that's what our main goal is.
And I didn't really think about this until you were just explaining that. But where these gentlemen are doing the alumni, and every year that alumni goes up and up, your numbers don't go up. Yours are only people who graduated from a school that no longer exists.
Well, that's why we also include recent graduates of degrees that are located at the Marietta campus.
Okay.
So we embrace that local graduates that are still, even though they're KSU graduates, they're graduates of the engineering that's on the Marietta campus.
And that's the only place engineering is, right? Is on the Marietta campus?
That's where all of the engineering that Southern Tech had stayed on that campus.
Okay.
So the electrical, the mechanical, the civil, the architecture, construction,
chemical.
I don't think we have chemical. Ooh, but we do have something new. I don't know if he mentioned it. We have a new aeronautical degree at Kennesaw that is brand new.
Very nice.
I'm very excited about that because there's only one other school, and you know which one that is, that has that in the state. And so that is a new degree that we're offering. And I think that is one of the coolest things I've heard about in a long time.
I think every time you can add a new degree, it just opens your doors to that many more people.
Well, when I talk to all the presidents, like Dr. Whitten, what was her first name? I don't remember her first name. Pam. Sorry, I couldn't remember her first name. And I talked to her about the merger, and she's like, it was very important for Kennesaw to grow the way they have, that they had to get the engineering degrees. And it was just a natural fit to merge with Marietta because Kennesaw had some limited engineering, but they didn't have the breadth of engineering that Southern Poly had. And so it was very important for when they did the merger that they kept the Marietta campus and grew it because that enhanced Kennesaw as an overall university. And you see that with the explosion in the enrollment. And because, when I graduated from Southern Poly, there was maybe a few hundred.
You and Wayne were probably around the same time, no?
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
85.
Oh no, I remember I went back to school. I graduated in 2013.
Well, no,
okay.
no, 80 graduated from high school in
Oh
85.
yes, yeah. It was very small. It was about the size of my high school, so it may have had 2,000 people, students total, and now there's more than 2,000 in the computer science program.
So let me ask you this, just because we always talk about the Kennesaw campus and all the, are there a lot of engineering students who stay close to campus at the Marietta location?
Oh, they've added a lot of facilities down there.
Right.
They have apartments now on campus down there, and by the way, they've opened brand new buildings on that campus that are just gorgeous. They opened up the STEM building this past year, and and there's I forget all the official names of it, the research building that they opened up.
But basically, there's a ton of growth at both spots.
Yes,
Regardless.
they didn't just leave the campus alone. They've invested a lot of money in that campus.
There's a lot of land between the South Loop and South Cobb Drive, because you can come in off of South Cobb
the
Drive.
backside?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
backside, yeah. Yeah.
Well, and neither here nor there, but if you've got a Kennesaw and a Marietta, and we're always talking about where can you add the next building? Well, there's a whole lot of land in between those two. Yeah, we can put one right there. There's our trifecta.
Yeah, because they're running buses 24.
In between.
I don't know if it's 24 hours, but they run buses between the campuses. So if you
Bob
want
buses?
yeah. So if you want, Bob, if you want to get from one campus to the other, you just hop on the bus and it'll take you down there.
Hop on the bus, Gus.
Hop on the bus, Gus.
Make a new plan, Stan. Sorry.
He didn't even listen to that.
No, he's
They're in another world over there.
he's retired. He's deaf now. I don't know.
What?
See?
Yeah. So you told us in June that this is the month where the Fab Four get together to talk about menus and stuff. That hadn't taken place yet, because
No,
Dustin's still out of town.
Dustin's still out of town.
He's by Big Ben today.
Is that where he is today?
Yeah, I think I saw some English pictures. I loved watching the Sound of Music twirls going around.
Oh, Natalie dancing around in the
yes.
Alps.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun. No, we're not meeting till the end of the month, so we're meeting on like July 25th or something.
Have you got any thoughts yet, or your individual thoughts?
I have not even put any thought to it.
Now let me ask.
I'm trying
you
to
this.
figure out how to make blue chicken because
No,
Delaware's
and-
coming to
and-
town.
no.
Chicken cordon bleu. I
No,
told
no.
you it's gonna be chicken cordon
My
bleu.
question, I was getting ready to spit out of my mouth. Have you guys ever thought of food coloring, or is that out of the, because I mean, blue chicken, people are like, I don't know if I want to eat this, but, it would be kind of funny on game day.
I think the menu is kind of more of a joke between us, and we don't. The food actually is normally just normal tailgate
Right.
food. So like when we cook chicken at Jack State games, we don't actually put out a label that makes fun of Jack State. We just
But we make fun of Jack
But we
State.
make fun of Jack State. Yeah, all the same.
That's important.
We will have the banner. By the way, we will have the banner out at the Jack State game.
Somebody might have liberated a banner when we won a title. I don't know.
So I was watching the videos of some of the stadiums now that are done with the FIFA World Cup, and they're removing the debranding, so they're rebranding them again.
Right.
And I thought it was hilarious when I'm seeing them taking down the FIFA banners, and I'm like, I wonder if anybody's standing down there with a $20 bill.
Wonder
trying
if
to get a-
Robert's over there. Hey, come on. Nobody's going to look.
trying to get a
Nobody's even
FIFA
gonna
banner.
know. I bet there are.
Somebody was.
I think we were only 7 weeks away from college football.
That's about right. It's
From this Saturday. The 29th is the day it starts, but which is karaoke night, but
51 days.
51 days, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just over 7 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
7 weeks from
7 Saturdays
Saturday,
we're
yeah.
having football every week.
Absolutely.
And our agenda, speaking of football, not only is Will a great speaker and great alumni of KSU and supporter of the school and supporter of our show, but he is also a fabulous MC. With that being said, August 20th, you know what you have to do.
Oh, do I have to
Is
do
he
that
like
again?
Hammer?
Huh?
Do I have to do that again?
You don't have to, but you can.
Chuck didn't. You are Chuck. Robert didn't win this year, right?
No.
Well, then it's not going to be near as fun. Because half of the fun was harassing you because Robert won.
Well,
I still haven't
harassing
won, so
everybody
you can
because I
harass
won
me.
every time. But 56 days, 23 hours, 5 minutes, and 52 seconds
I am down.
Till KSU kicks off.
till KSU kicks off,
And that's against West Georgia.
And that's a Thursday night game, right?
That is a Thursday night game.
Yes, sir. September 3rd.
And then we follow it up the next week with Georgia State. And I think that game is almost sold out already. All the single game tickets, I think, are almost gone.
Well, we've talked about it a lot, between you and Carrick and Chuck, having these in-state rivals. If you want who's going to Georgia State, go beat Georgia State,
Yes.
and maybe that kid's coming your way. And so playing, and I know West Georgia might not be where Georgia State and Kennesaw State is or something, but there's probably a player there we would like. And
We're playing. We have Georgia Southern scheduled. On our
such
future
a huge
schedule.
game. I mean, because that's probably number 2 in the state.
Yeah.
If you're looking for, it's number 1 in the state outside of the big 2,
Yes.
and that could be our spot. We have a very small amount because we're the Conference USA team. We're the ones who are going to be playing higher profile games.
And I still think when we started, 12 years ago or whatever it was, we had a chip on our shoulder as nobody knew who we were, and we come out and we win, and then we're like we moved to FBS. Well, nobody knows who we are, and then we win. So I just hope that we keep that up, that we now start going into bigger conferences and beating teams, because we came close last year to beating an ACC school at their own campus. We missed by 1 point. Should have won. We missed a field goal and an extra point. Lost by 1.
And you just touched on something that I had a conversation. I was having a conversation with a guy I didn't know a week and a half ago, and he said, "Where do you think KSU goes from here?" I said, "I don't know that they go anywhere. We're at the highest level. And we're in Conference USA. Where do you go from Conference USA? The only thing I could see, you could do a lateral move. But I don't see it. I think we're a Conference USA team for maybe the next 80 years.
Well,
Until we become an SEC powerhouse.
Well, unless I don't know what they call it in football. In basketball, what do they call it? A group of 5 or a mid-major?
Mid-majors.
Yeah.
So we're in that area, and I think
Definitely for basketball.
Definitely for basketball. But I think the next step for us is to be the team that's talked about as being scared to play. Because right now, when you talk about smaller schools, App State
Troy.
always comes to mind.
I remember Troy went to Auburn and slapped Auburn around until there was 5
And
seconds.
Georgia
left.
Southern went down to Gainesville and whipped up on the Gators.
Absolutely.
I think Louisiana Lafayette beat Alabama Nick Saban's first year.
Correct.
Something like that.
No, you're
so
absolutely
I think that is our next spot is to win the game that we're not expected to win above our heads. So like beating Jack State for the conference championship, that was on our level. That was in our conference.
Correct.
That was what we expected. If we had beaten Wake Forest or if we beat Knoxville, Tennessee this year, that's a big leap. But I mean, we could do something crazy. Like if we come within 10 points of Tennessee, we're going to be talked about.
And you got to play them to have that chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just tell me what you guys think about this. If you beat Tennessee this year, does that end up hurting the program? Because at some point, nobody big's ever going to want to play you again. You've lost that constant revenue of everybody just bringing you in. And, I don't know how all that works. Maybe you get a couple extra players.
I don't know. I don't know how that affects. In my mindset, I was never in that recruiting mindset. I was never good enough to be recruited into D1 football.
Right.
So I don't know if that affects kids or not, or I don't know if it affects teams wanting to play us. I know our style of offense affected us when we were under Bohannon.
Correct.
Because the athletic director actually told me. He said I was sitting in the office, in Kirby Smart's office, and he says I will not play a team that cut blocks. He says I don't mind playing Kennesaw, but if there's still cut block, we're not going to do it.
Because I need them ready for the next game.
The reason that they bring us in is because it's not as tough of a challenge that week, and they can kind of practice for 2 teams that week instead of just focusing on the one, and so they don't want to have to worry about somebody getting injured or anything like that. So, but now that we don't do that anymore, I don't know that there's any reason, even if we did go crazy and beat Knoxville or even come close. I don't think anybody's going to be afraid enough.
I like how you don't use their name. We just call them Knoxville.
Just Knoxville.
We beat Knoxville.
Well, it's that little school in Knoxville.
It's something up there.
Creamsicle University.
Creamsicle. We're going to leave some memories in Knoxville. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, people will remember that. It would be fun to. Yeah. Have you found anybody that owns a boat on the river that we could tailgate?
So what's going to happen is people from Knoxville are going to call people from Xavier and go, "What the heck just happened?"
Yeah.
Those guys are loud and obnoxious.
There was only 50 of them, and man, we couldn't hear ourselves think.
Yeah.
That's the way we want it. That's the way we want it. Well, been a fun show. Robert, as always, great. Wayne, Carrick, Will, as always, thank you guys for being on. It's been a blast.
And how about Stan and Jan? I mean,
Stan and Jan, they've been sitting there, hadn't listened to a word, but they're here.
They're the best.
They're the best.
Absolutely.
All right, so one
And then
more.
there's the good-looking redhead over there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that hottie around in a while.
Happy to see
She's been
Jan.
hiding.
Yeah. So one more. Let's get one more big hootie hoo for everybody. If I can. 1, 2, 3. Hootie hoo! Thank you guys. We'll see you next week right here on Three Guys Who Love Sports and the Owl Show. You don't want to go to war with the Owls.
Don't get hit.
Yeah, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock.
We have to make this a stop on Wednesday nights. Yeah. I had a lot of fun. It was fun watching.
Last week we had on football players.
Bill, I want to hear more about South Beach.